I think obviously it's their skills to start with. They've got skills that set them apart from any other bowler. If we talk about Malinga, he gets the ball to reverse. We saw reverse from the 11th, 12th over today, which gets tough for the opponent because with the white ball you really can't see where the shiny side is. And then he can execute his Yorkers, has a brilliant slow ball and can bowl 140 plus, 145 almost. And with Shakib, that slow ball is just brilliant. He's almost getting as much turn as an off spinner on the slow ball, same arm speed, executes his Yorkers, can bowl 140 plus as well. So with the way the game is headed and with the way IPL is going, you have to have that pace variance where you can go from 140, 145 down to almost 107 because Shakib's one of his slow balls were 107. So they're offering us. So going into this year, one of our plans were to have bowlers who can offer something to the captain irrespective of the surface. So if you talk about Shakib and Malinga, they almost remove the surface from the equation with their skills. So that stood out for me and for everybody. I don't think it's a headache at all because if you saw Madhushankar was playing today, though Praful Hinge had a brilliant game, the one before this and even the previous one, it's just that I think where the game's headed, you're going to play horses for courses when it comes to even bowlers because we always talk about batsmen. Some batsmen play better on slow tracks, some on fast tracks, but when we're talking about bowlers, I think it's important, even if somebody is doing really well, to be proactive and make a change, looking at the surface, knowing the surface we're going to play on, knowing the opponents we're going to play against. So I think Pat is world class, one of the top bowlers in the world. So he would walk into any team, irrespective if somebody's doing well or somebody's not doing well. I think towards the back end of the World Cup, he kind of started hitting form. And he's continued that. Obviously, when he comes to Hyderabad, when he comes to the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium, and when he's in the team's midst, it's his safe space. He's done so well here over the years, and I think he has that confidence that he's the man, and he takes the game forward. He wants to take the game forward. He wants to be the one. And I think that's really important. But you can't negate, obviously, the amount of work Frankie and Harish have put in. They've had long chats with him. Again, like today, he said that the plan was very simple, just to bat till the last over. So our coaching staff, especially the batting staff, has put in a lot of work with him, and that's what we're seeing at the moment. I think he's always had that maturity, and that's been there over the last couple of years. You can't be the #1 T20 batsman in the world without being mature. Obviously, he's somebody who sees the opposition, sees the surface, and decides to play a certain way. Today, it wasn't a surface where you could just go hell for leather every single ball. So you have to respect the opponent, you have to respect the surface, and he did exactly that. And I think he's shown glimpses of this in the past. But obviously, when you play a high risk, high reward kind of a game, sometimes it doesn't work out, and you have to give a player like Abhishek that leeway. It's again that variance. I've seen Shakib for almost 2 years. He always had the pace, very quick arm action, very awkward. So as a batsman, especially at the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium, on our wicket, if you have a beautiful action and you bowl 140 plus, you're just going to get lined up. You just got to have some difference, and obviously that slow ball is brilliant. So he had the skills. Obviously, he didn't have the access to getting coached long term, and he's put in a lot of work over the last couple of months, right from when the World Cup started. Like we've had camps for him specifically. He's flown down to Bombay for 5 days. Then we've called him to Chennai. We've worked on, there has been a lot of work which has gone behind the scenes immediately after the auction, and he's responded really well, and he has that will, he has that hunger. That's the most important thing. And obviously you might have the best skills in the world, but if you don't have the will and don't have the hunger, it's not going to work out. Look, obviously, when you have a countryman who's got a gazillion wickets with you, that will give you a lot of confidence. Murali's been great with not just the Sri Lankans, with all the other kids, and I think it's just one of those. units where I think everybody feeds off each other's energy. Malinga obviously has so much potential. I don't even think he's reached his peak potential, because I really feel he can be a very good new ball bowler. He hasn't taken the new ball yet for us, but I think in the future you would see him taking the new ball, because that's one level he hasn't unlocked yet in his game, which I feel, and I feel obviously he's doing really well for us, and I'm sure he'll do really well for us. But I see him be a mainstay for Sri Lanka as well. Look, again, I think we've had this from the first game onwards, and there's a lot of adaptability which you have to show when you're part of a franchise, especially a high-scoring franchise and a high-scoring venue. And we've had those chats. And Hinge, at the end of the day, we're here to win the tournament. It's not about who's playing, who's not playing. I think we all, especially the support staff and the management, we look at selection from a very fair lens, and we look at conditions, look at opponents, and pick the 11. It's as simple as that. Maybe after the season. Yeah. Sorry.